In today's session, we're going to see analysis for OLAP. HANA is not only a transaction-based system, it also has an OLAP engine. Let us see how we can use analysis for OLAP to communicate to SAP HANA. So OLAP, nothing but online analytical processing. Analysis for OLAP is optimized to connect to OLAP sources. Let's go to the remote desktop connection. Let's So here you can create an OLAP connection. We can create a OLAP connection. An OLAP connection can communicate to HANA. So when OLAP communicates to HANA, it uses MDX statements, multi-dimensional expressions. It uses MDX statements. OLAP connection can be created using IDT by the developers, or it can be created using CMC by admin. Both the places we can create this connection, either in IDT or in CMC. Let's click Start, click All Program, click Business Intelligence and click Business Objects BA Platform. Business Objects BA Platform for Client Tools. Click on Information Design Tool. The OLAP connection can be created in the Information Design Tool. Let us log into this server. Double click. The username is best. Let's give the password. And click OK. expand the server. Once I expand the server, here we see connections in universe. Expand connections. Once you expand the connections, here you can see the different connections over here. We can also create a connection in here also. The difference is, in creating a connection over here and here, first we create a connection to test the connection. We are not sure whether this connection is really we want to use. Just we would like to first see and then we can publish. But here we are 100% sure whatever we are doing is correct. That's why we create in the repository resources. It means that we are directly creating in the server itself. But here I am creating in the local file system. So right click on the connections, click Insert OLAP connection. OLAP stands for Online Analytical Processing. HANA has an inbuilt OLAP engine. OLAP engine is utilized by which information view? OLAP engine is utilized by analytic view. Click on Insert OLAP connection. Give the name for OLAP connection. Connection for analysis for OLAP. Let's click next. So once we click next, here we see there are different third-party systems. So expand SAP. In SAP, an OLAP connection can be created to HANA. To HANA we use SAP HANA Client. SAP HANA Client uses MDX. SAP HANA Client uses MDX, which is multi-dimensional expressions, and click Next. So provide the host name. The host name is SAP HANA. Instance is 00. Username HANA user 1. Password W capital welcome 123. And click finish. Once we finish, right click on the connections, refresh folder. Right click on the connections, refresh folder. Scroll to the bottom. So here we have the connection. Double click on the connection. Click on test connection. Test failed. So there is some issue in the connection. Let's click on edit. welcome 123. The username is best. I've taken HANA user 1, that's why it failed. Instance is 00. Click next. And click finish. Click save. Let's go back again. Jet OLAP ANA and click test connection. Text succeeded. Click close. Click on query. So in the query, when you click on the query, please see the communication that it uses is MDX query. MDX is similar to SQL, but this is a multi-dimensional language, and SQL is mainly used for communication to relational RDBMS, and OLAP is used for OLAP sources. MDX is used for OLAP sources. SQL is used for relational sources. MDX is used for OLAP sources. So once the connection is established, so what is the step number 1? Step number 1 is to create a connection that we completed just now. Once the connection is established, we create it in the IDT. We can also create this in the CMC, Central Management Console. Let me show you. Let's go to shortcuts. Double click on shortcut. Let's go to Central Management Console. It's the admin UI. Central Management Console is the admin UI. Double click on Central Management Console. Provide the username and password. And click log on. Once you click log on, click on Once you click log on, click on OLAP connections. Click on new connection. Give the name. Provide the description. Provider. SAP HANA. And connect to SAP HANA server. SAP HANA instance. And click on connect to a queue. Give the username, password, and click OK. Once you click OK, username is best and password is welcome123. Now here, it's showing you all the packages. So which view you would like to connect? Let us connect any of the view. Let's say in ECC May 2016. Let's see if we have some view here. Let me select COPA actual data and click select. Once we select, click save. The connection is created. This is a connection. The connection is created. So today we created two connections here. One is I created in the IDT, and the other one I created in the CMC. Both are visible, but there are different interfaces where a developer can log on and create a connection, and admin can log on and create a connection. Once this is complete, click on Start, click All Programs, click Business Intelligence, or we can also launch from here. We can also, once we create this, we can also launch from here, from the shortcuts available on the desktop. From the shortcuts available on the desktop, I can launch from here. In the shortcuts, let's go to SAP Business Objects, BA Platform, BA Launchpad. Double click on BA Launchpad. Provide the username and password and click Log On. Once we log on, click Applications and click Analysis Edition for OLAP. Click on Analysis Edition for OLAP. So let us select this connection. Click Next. Click on Folders. So now we can select the required view. We can select the required view. For one connection we already selected. For the other connection it is open. It is open to select any view. It is open to select any of the views. I'll select the view and click OK. Once you select the view and click OK, it's processing. So here we have measures and the attributes from the HANA system. So here you see measures and attributes. So let me drag and drop an attribute into rows. Let us drag and drop measures into columns. So here we can see company code and different measures. Now here, users can do self-service BI. It is similar to Excel. You see the layout is similar to Excel. You have sheets, and then here when you click on Insert, you can insert new analysis or new sub-analysis. When you click on new sub-analysis, so this is analysis. Under the analysis you have sub-analysis 1. So in the main analysis, I'm going to right click on this. I can create a filter by member. So always, instead of creating a filter in the front end, create a prompt in the back end. Prompts are nothing but variables. You see, I'm creating this analysis. To this analysis, I have a sub-analysis. I'll select the sub-analysis and convert this to a 3D clustered column. I can convert this to a 3D clustered column. So I can have different ways of representing data. I'll create again a new analysis. The new analysis will be based on, new analysis is an independent report. I'm creating an independent report. Now I would like to see, based on different years, what is my gross revenue. Select year, drag and drop into rows. Let us drag and drop VV070, the background. This is my sales and deductions. So based on analysis 2, so this is analysis 1 and this is analysis 2. Now in the analysis 2, I'm going to create a new sub-analysis. In the new sub-analysis, I can try to analyze data based on different years. So I'm creating a bubble chart. It shows for different years. If you want, I can change this to other types of charts like scatter, waterfall charts. You can create a waterfall chart for different measures. So here you can create a background filter. A background filter is a filter that doesn't affect the foreground filters. For example, you're seeing data based on year. Here we're seeing data based on year. So what I can do is, I can even see data based on month. Here I'll drag and drop month. You can drag and drop months. Please see, I'm just trying to see based on month now, month and year. So now in the month I can drag and drop to background filter. So in background filter, I can right click on this, filter by member. So what month do you want to compare for different years? I only want to see in the month of May. I would like to see for all the years. Only in the month of May, what are my sales deductions? I can save this filter. I can give a name. And click OK. And click OK. So in the month of May, only for the month of May, it's only display data in the month of May. These are my gross revenues, sales reductions and net revenue. But in the foreground, when you see data, it doesn't seems to like we've been seeing like all years. We're only seeing years. But now when you bring in month, you only can see for the month of May because we have a background filter. So when you drag and drop into foreground, the filter will get deleted. When you drag and drop into background, you only have, you can go and see the save filter. We have saved the filters, favorite filters, expand. The favorite filters, you have May sales. Just drag and drop May sales. Now you're only seeing for May sales, which is this year. For all the years you're only seeing. So background filters are the filters which we cannot see in the foreground. So what is different between a background filter and a foreground filter? In a foreground filter, you can have columns in rows. You can have columns in rows and you can filter. For example, I'll remove this background filter. I'll get this filter into the foreground. Now you're basically seeing for all the months. I'll right click on the month, click filter, click by member. I can remove all the unselected ones, only select May and click OK. So in the foreground filter, you can see this. The month is in the foreground. But in the background filter, we cannot see. It's hidden in the background and displays. Now why we are actually hiding them in the background is because we want to keep report simple. Now it becomes clumsy when you have too many columns. That's why I would like to keep all the unwanted data I don't want to see in the front end. I can only show those columns which are required, and only for filter purpose I can create a background filter. So here we have three filters. One is the foreground filter that you see in the foreground, background filter that we don't see in the foreground but only executed in the background, and the third one is we have something called prompts. What is a prompt? A prompt is nothing but a variable that can be executed at the native HANA. What is the difference between these filters and prompt? These filters transfer data from database to the client. So this is a client application. So wherein all the data is transferred. All the data is transferred and then all the data is transferred to the client and then filter is happening over here. So let me show you how to create a prompt. Let's click Start, click All Program, click SAP HANA and click HANA Studio. So usually always it is best practice to create filters in the background using prompts rather than creating in the client application. Expand content. Let's go to the package. So let us expand the package, sub-package. expand the attribute views. So let's now I'm just trying to modify this view. This view has an error because it is selecting from a different schema. Just give me just 1 minute. It's selecting from a different schema. Because of using a different schema which you don't have authorization, that's why this error is coming. So anyways, now let us right click in data preview and click raw data. So once we get this data, now double click on the analytic view, double click on the analytic view. Now we're in the star join data foundation. Inside the star join data foundation, here you see input parameters. Right click on the input parameter, click new. So you can create input parameters in the star join data foundation. Input parameters are also to input values, but they execute calculations in the backend. For example, how we have executed for currency conversions, like converting from one currency to different currency, it calculates the exchange rates. When you do not have any calculation in the backend to perform, just it is for user input, only to select required values and to execute this in the native HANA. We can go create a variable. But to create a variables, click on semantics. Click on semantics. Click on parameters and variables, the last tab, and click on plus icon and click create variable. So here we can create an input parameter, we can create a variable. So what's the difference? Input parameter execute a logic, but variable is just a front-end UI to restrict data in native HANA. Click on create variable. Now I'm going to create a variable, let's say for company code. Let's give the label. So here, let's give, so here you see the attribute. Select the attribute called company code. In the attribute, if you want, you can give single values, or you can basically give an interval or range of company codes, or multiple single values. You can provide multiple single values. Company code 1000, 2000, 3000 is mandatory. Means user has to enter the value. If you want, you can give default value. Any default value you can specify. You can give a constant. So any default value you can specify from what company code to what company code. This is default. So we don't have to specify anything. This we're taking as a default value. And click OK. So once you click OK, variable is created. Click validate and click save and activate. So now I can right click on the view. I can select the view, right click and click data preview. Once we click data preview, now here you have the variable. equal to 1000 and click OK. Now here you see, instead of seeing all the company codes now, when I drag and drop company code BUKRS and I can select VV010, we can only see for 1000, you see. But so what it is doing is, before even displaying the data, it limits the data in the native HANA. So that's the importance of a variable. The same variable that we create in HANA, these in the front end are known as prompt. Variables are known as prompts. So let us go to the front end, in the BA Launchpad, click OK, and let's refresh the query. Click on Applications, insert Analysis Edition for OLAP. I did not save this report, so I'll select this again, click Next, click Folders. I'm going to go to the same folder, which is ECC_May9. I go to the front end, select ECC_May9. So this is the folder. Expand this folder. Expand the folder. Let us select the view and click OK. Now please see, now it is going to prompt asking us to select the company code. I think this is not the one. Let me select another one, I think. Let me connect again. Let me connect back. I think the one which is on the top. ECC_May9. Let's select the view, click OK. Now here it's asking for the prompt. So prompts are nothing but variables. So here you already have a default value, which is 1000. You already given the default value, but you can change this. Click on this, display member selection. You can give multiple single values. I want to see for Germany, I want to see for UK, I want to see for new GL for US, SAP AG, best run France, and click OK. So I'm displaying all the multiple company codes and click OK. So now I can drag and drop company code. Previously I've taken a different technical name here. You're supposed to take this. Okay, so let me drag and drop view carriers into rows. So now we can only see the company codes is selected: Germany, UK, France. Only these company codes we can see. Based on year, drag and drop. Based on different years. I would like to see only for a few years. For 2014, 13, 15, and 16. Click OK. So again, after I filter on the company code using the variable, I can do further filtration on the year. Now if you want to save this report, and use it for, and you want to distribute this report to different business users. You want to save and distribute this report to different business users. You can, here you have export to PDF. Click OK. Then export to a PDF. Now export it to a PDF and you can save and distribute. So analysis for Office is mainly used for OLAP sources. The connection between HANA and analysis for OLAP. The connection between HANA and analysis for OLAP is an OLAP connection. The communication between both of them is an MDX query. So MDX query is which is actually communicating in the backend. Most important is, so whatever I'm showing on the front end, even business users can do that. All reporting, whatever they want, they can do that. So as a developer, we need to integrate. We need to integrate both of them, and we need to initially give user training, how to use the tool. So once we show them how to use the tool, from there onwards, they can create their own reports. All the super users can create their own reports. Self-service BI. They can self-service their own reports without need for a developer to create a report for them. So this is what is important for us, to integrate the system between HANA and the OLAP system. So just to recap today's session, today we're seeing analysis for OLAP is an OLAP reporting tool to connect to SAP HANA. It uses an MDX query. HANA has an OLAP engine for a multi-dimensional reporting. Analysis for OLAP is an excellent tool. Web intelligence is for relational. Web intelligence is relational ad hoc reporting. But analysis for OLAP is a multi-dimensional. It's a multi-dimensional reporting tool, mainly used for OLAP sources. Any questions you can ask me. So tomorrow we're going to see new tools, which is Lumira. Lumira on-premise and Lumira cloud. And then we're going to see integration with Excel to HANA. Next question, what is the difference between a business layer and a HANA business layer? A business layer is created on non-HANA databases like MS SQL, where you need a data foundation. You already need a data foundation. For creating a HANA business layer, we don't need a data foundation. It's already created by system based on the column view. In normal business layer, you require a data foundation. For a HANA business layer, the business layer creates a data foundation. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow, same time. Tomorrow we can see Lumira and integration with Excel.